Okay, so let's start on the back. I like half Shavasana, where feet are flat, knees are to the sky. You can move all your props aside for now. And just using your senses, right, to become present. The word sense is in present. Using your senses, your sounds in the room, outside of the room. Use your sense of touch to feel your yoga clothes, your yoga mat. You can feel the temperature of the room on your skin. Today, we're going to play a little bit with using different places to focus on, to anchor our awareness to. So for a few more moments here, choose. See which one just kind of pops into your mind first to focus on your hands or your feet. Again, you can notice all the sensation. Maybe you can see this spot in your mind's eye. Maybe this spot turns a color or gets brighter. We're going to add the breath now. So when you're ready, inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, fill up the chest. And as you exhale, send the breath to that spot you've been focusing on. We'll do a few more rounds like that. In the nose, fill up the belly, fill up the chest. Exhale, side out, sending awareness to your focus point. Maybe with each exhale, you can feel that spot a little more. You can see it a little more. Maybe the color brightens with every exhale. Beautiful. Slowly, we'll bring hands to kneecaps and add a little movement here. You can just hang here for a breath. It's nice for the low back. You can sway the knees side to side, like little half moons, maybe. And then once you get it moving, just kind of explore. You can let the knees kind of roam independently. They can do big circles together. Just giving our hips and our low back a little like kind of a little warm up as we do these little wiggles. The body releases synovial fluid and helps to lubricate as we fold and bend and twist today. All right, for a moment, we're going to reach for the feet. I know it's a little early, so see how it feels. If getting to the feet like a butterfly is too far, you can just grab behind the knees. Maybe that might be good. If you can grab your toes, same idea. We're just going to hang for a moment. If you want, you can sway side to side. And then we're going to play with it's upside down lizard lunge. So you can stay in happy baby, feet go fly to the sky here. And in order to play with lizard, you let one foot come down back to the earth. You can keep that foot flat. You can stretch the leg long. We have about 5 or 6 big belly breaths to play. And let your focus be wherever you feel it most. Send your breath there. Take 2 more breaths. Okay. We'll bring both feet back up and switch. So hang on to the other foot. Plant the other foot. Don't assume you know. Make sure the hip feels good, and then we'll breathe here. Take 2 more big breaths. And then slowly we'll bring both feet back up. This time we'll hug in a little tighter so you can go back to the kneecaps, or you can hug to the shins or behind the knees. And then we'll slowly take a twist. So when you're ready, you'll let the knees drop to one side. You can reach your arm in the opposite direction, get your props involved if you need, anywhere that has too much tension, because we're going to be here for our full 4 minutes. Doing a little scan of the body and noticing where you feel this the most, and sending your breath there. Slowly. You can hug your knees through center, pausing there for a moment if you need. And then building your twist to the other side. And again, tuning in and bringing your mind, right? Your mind and body together. So, where do you feel it the most? Start there. And maybe on the other side, you noticed that after a few moments, that spot softened. You can move to a different spot. Good. One more big breath here. And then we'll slowly roll to the side that you're twisted into fetal pose. So just follow your knees over to one side. And now we're going to slowly come up to hands and knees. Take your time. So we're going to flow through cat cow. Shoulders are over the wrists, fingers are pressing to support. And then you're just dropping the belly with an inhale. Rounding on your exhale. Keep flowing with the breath. When you've done a few rounds up and down, if you haven't, you can sway your hips side to side. You can look over your shoulders. You can create circles through the hips, through the ribs, through the shoulders. We're gonna give some love to the forearm and the hands. If sitting back into rock pose doesn't feel good today, you can stay on your hands and knees and move into your forearms here. Otherwise, we're gonna try rock pose. It's a big shape, so you can always put a block or a prop under your hips so that you're not sitting down so deep into the knees, or sit bones slowly land towards the heels. All right, take a breath. Just make sure this feels safe. Make sure you can breathe. Big belly breath in the nose. Fill up the chest. Sigh it out. Okay, we're going to take one palm to the sky and we're going to start to open through the hands. So other hand's going to invite the pinky as close to the palm as it can, nice and open, opposite of grabbing, holding, typing. And then go to the next finger, give that a little extension. And we're not forcing, we're just, again, opposite little stretch. When you get to the thumb, swoop under, grab the thumb and invite it out here to the side. Big breath. Good. We're going to go in, grab all four of the fingers, leave the thumb alone here, and pull the whole palm back. My elbow's bent right now. That's one sensation you can explore straightening. This is like what the tabletop would be. Good. Release. Give it a shake, 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 shake. And then very gently, not with nearly as much pressure, you can press on the back of the hand. And again, you can do that with elbow bent. You can do it with elbow lengthened. See if that feels good. All right. We're going to switch sides. If you need to pop up off the knees, you can. If you need to adjust, you can. Otherwise, other hand up, and we'll start pinky side. Really bringing your awareness to where you feel it. And this is one where I might even send a little gratitude with each exhale to my hands, to all these little bones and tendons and joints that have to keep working for our hands to keep working. Swoop under for the thumb. Thank you, thumb. Thank you, thumb. We'll grab all four fingers and open through the whole palm, wrist, forearm. Maybe elbow lengthens if it feels good. Give a little shake, 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 shake. We'll give a little pressure, little light press on the back of the hand to stretch through the back of the wrist. Good. When you're ready, speaking of shake, we're going to shift forward and give our feet a little pitter-patter roll. Spread the toes, roll the ankle. Take your time. It's a really big shape. All right. Big toes together, knees can go wide. We're going to build child's pose. Hips sink back. You can use blocks under elbows. See if you can rest your forehead somewhere on your hands, on a block, on the mat. We'll let the forehead be our focal point, our anchor point. So inhale through the nose, fill up belly, fill up chest. And on the exhale, send it to your forehead. One more big breath here. Feel free to sigh it out. All right. We are going to slowly shift forward into puppy pose for just a few moments. So from your child's pose, crawl forward on your elbow so that you can lift your tailbone, kind of like downward facing dog. You can move your knees around so that you feel like you can lift tailbone and open heart. Right. I have recently been playing with extending one arm at a time in puppy, but if you know how to extend both and you feel like doing that, you can. Otherwise, I just kind of bring one hand for my forehead to rest and the other hand starts to reach to the top of the mat. Work in one, try the other side. Two more big breaths. Slowly, we'll come back to hands and knees, tabletop. Take a little wiggle if you need. And then we're going to land on our belly. So take your time, use your core. Actually, we're going to do half frog. So from the belly, we're going to invite one knee out to the side. So the higher you bring the knee, the more you move the knee out and then the foot out, the more you'll feel. It is a fairly gentle stretch. So if you wanted, you could put a pillow or a block under the knee. Roll this up a little bit. And then now the knee has a little more height to kind of hang for the hip. If you can, relax your head, big belly breath. And you can choose whatever focal point you want, just choose one. And if it keeps moving, right, if it starts out at the strongest point and then it moves to your hands and then it moves to your breath, that's cool. We're just practicing strengthening that connection between mind and body, which is what yoga is really all about. One more big breath on this side. And then we can slowly invite that leg back behind you and take a moment. And then you can try out the other side. Noticing the sensations in the pose. And as you send your breath, could you set an intention for that breath? Is that breath to soften tight muscles? Is that breath to clear out, to release tension? Is that breath to send healing intentions to something? Maybe there's a specific color that goes with that intention. Let your mind play here. Take one more big breath here. And then slowly we'll let this foot wander back to. Take your time. I like double windshield wipers after that, but take what feels good. Okay, we're going to meet back in tabletop. Use your core. Hold the belly button up. Take a few wiggles here. We are going to double up on the pigeons today, so I'll walk you through, but we're going to do sleeping pigeon or single egg pigeon, then double pigeon, which can also be crisscross applesauce. So you can flip to your back if you like a single pigeon on the back. Otherwise, we're going to scoop one shin forward. And the shin's moving across and kind of diagonal. In a textbook, the idea is that the shin becomes parallel to the top of the mat, but that's a lot. So find that happy spot. You can put props under your hips, under your elbows, under your forehead. Whatever you need to soften in here a little bit. And then choose your anchor, send your breath. You have one more minute here. Slowly. We're going to land on that front hip and invite the back leg around for double pigeon or crisscross applesauce. So in a textbook, again, the shins are trying to stack parallel over top of each other. This is big stuff. You can put blocks or pillows under this floating leg. You can slide your feet in closer and closer to you, like pigeon pose. We do that. Or you can slide this foot off to the side and take crisscross applesauce. So a few breaths sitting up tall, and then it might feel good to hinge forward. Take your time. Slowly. If you folded, we're just going to sit tall. Stay here for 1 or 2 more moments. We're going to lift one ear to the sky and stretch through the neck a little bit. Lifting up. Up and over, stretch the other side. Lift this ear up, up, up. Good, we'll find center, and then you're going to look down towards chin to chest, kind of looking off to your knee, to your shoulder, lifting the back of the head. Good. Up and over, other side. Head back to neutral, take a pause. And then you can bring both legs out in front if you want to shake, shake, shimmy, shimmy. You can go back to hands and knees. We're going to slowly set up for pigeon. So sleeping half pigeon on the other side. So if you're not sure, the leg that was just on top was behind you for pigeon, right? So the one that was just on top, theoretically, should be the one that's underneath you for pigeon on this side. So not only are we strengthening our mind-body connection with this type of exercise, right? It's just meditation technically, anchoring to one thing, sending breath. The stronger we get in this mind-body connection, the more powerful anything we do will be. If we are intentionally coming present when we do something, it's going to have more potency. We're going to have more clarity. And if you set an intention before you even start something, right? I'm going to intentionally, right? Using the power of your mind to set an intention before you do something. Again, it's a little more potent, a little more powerful. Even the idea of doing nothing. I heard a term called intentional leisure yesterday. If you are doing something with the intention of rest, of healing, of balancing out a stressful day, maybe, that's one thing. But if you are unconsciously, let's say, just sitting and scrolling on your phone and you're just like, I don't have any energy to do anything, that becomes a little meaningless. There's no purpose. And the more we kind of sit in meaningless activities, right, you can imagine how that starts to feel. But simply setting an intention that will support you, right? I'm going to scroll through social media for 30 seconds just to kind of tune in, see what's going on, and then step out. I'm going to set the intention of healing, of nutrients, of nourishment before I eat this meal. The intention of a shower can be to release stress that you picked up along the day. One more big breath. Maybe the intention of exhale, clearing out anything that's here in the hips, in the mind. And then we'll slowly bring the back leg around for double pigeon or crisscross applesauce. And so maybe while we breathe in this last pose, you can notice where you could start to set more intentions or bring an intention with you. Just kind of scan through your day. One more big breath here. Maybe a big exhale to cleanse, to clear, to release. Choose any pose you'd like for the next 3 minutes. Shavasana, seated meditation. I think I'm going to throw my pillow down the length of my spine for a little supported fish. And see if you can just let your entire body be your focus and send breath to the entire body. Slowly land back in the room, back in your body. And take a big breath and a big stretch. We'll roll to one side from your back with the intention of honoring the new version of you that gets to step off your mat today. And also puts you in a perfect shape to press up to a seated shape. Anything you'd like here to just tune in for one more moment. Maybe just a soft belly breath in the nose, out the mouth. We close with gratitude. Thanking yourself for showing up to your yoga mat. Thanking your body for showing up no matter how it showed up today. And finding gratitude for this space in which we get to keep showing up together. Namaste.